Vítor Pereira has just done his first press conference as Wolves head coach. Highly anticipated press conference from the Wolves fans and maybe the whole Premier League to see what he had to say. He came in all smiles, looked very happy to be there. The first question was, what's it like to be the Wolves manager in the Premier League? For the first bit of the press conference, he did kind of just go on about how it was his dream for the last 14 years to be a Premier League manager because it's the best league in the world and he wants to test himself against the best coaches and the best players in the world. He alluded to the fact that he'd nearly been here before. I think he was referring to Everton, who actually turned him down twice to be their manager in the last decade or so. And it was all about, yeah, how honoured he is to be in the position, to be in the Premier League. Didn't mention Wolves a bit that much at the beginning. It was just all about him and his dreams and how hard he's going to work. Now he's got his dream to succeed. So he's got a big, he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. He did say that. He said nobody's putting more pressure on him than himself to achieve and be successful. Now he's got his dream of being a Premier League head coach, which was good. He was asked some really important questions from a Wolves fan point of view. The big one was who's going to be captain, because obviously Semedo was replaced Lamina after Lamina had a really bad outburst after the West Ham game. He said he's had 2 training sessions. Semedo's a good lad, he likes him, but he's going to study it a bit more and then decide. So I think we'll get that answer when we see the team sheet for Leicester. When asked what his plan is with the team, like what does he want to achieve, he said he wants to cement his own tactical identity and an identity and a system that the players understand, which was music to my ears. I know it's a simple thing to say, but Gary O'Neill, when you were watching his teams, I couldn't tell you what he was trying to achieve half the time. He was kind of like make it up as you go along and he'd switch the formation that much. I didn't really know what our identity was under him. So hopefully Vítor Pereira can achieve that. And he also alluded to the dressing room. Like he was asked about the dressing room being a bit broken at the moment and obviously everyone kicking off. And he just said, yep, I want to give the players confidence. I want the players to be, proud to play for us. And confidence is the key to let them play and use their ability for us to win. He said all the right things, to be fair. He did. Other important issues. He mentioned that Sarabia is still out injured with a calf injury, so we won't be seeing him. He said Matheus Cunha, obviously, he wants him to play. He's one of our most important players if he's available for Sunday, but we're still yet to hear what ban he's going to get after being charged for misconduct, so we might not see him Sunday. We definitely won't see him after Sunday if he manages to play that game. He said he's brought 5 coaching staff with him that he has everywhere, people he trusts. He said he needs them to do his job to the best of his ability. He said he needs the fans and everyone on board. He can't do it all himself, and he hopes that the fans are behind him. Obviously, he was asked about his long CV, and fans are concerned that because he's spent so much short time at a lot of clubs, does he see himself being at Wolves for the long term? Particularly if we get relegated, does he see us being there for the long term? He said, look, yeah, I hope to be Wolves head coach for the long term. I hope to be here for a long time and I hope to succeed. Dodged the question about the relegation, which he ain't going to say, yeah, if I'm relegated, I'm leaving, is he? So you can understand that. And yeah, everything was, he spoke well. His English is pretty good, a little bit broken, but pretty good to be fair, considering it's not his first language. And interesting. Happy with what I saw. He did say one little concerning thing from my point of view. He said I need at least a week to look at the team before I understand who can play in their best positions and things like that and their personalities. And I was a bit like, oh, we've got bloody Leicester in 2 days. So that one, is he saying that's a bit of a free hit? Don't judge him on that game because the fixtures are coming thick and fast. So that was a bit like, oh, but we'll let that one slide. But he did mentioning that he wants to play players in their best positions is also a good thing to hear, because for me, Gary O'Neill played a lot of players in their wrong positions, square pegs in round holes and all that. So we need round pegs in round holes. And I think he'll look to do that. And I think we'll see a few surprises. I've got a feeling the likes of Jose Sá will get the #1 back, because obviously the Portuguese connections. And the big one, he did mention that in January, he believes that he will be backed with transfers. After he's studied and seen what he needs, he will have the backing and be able to bring players in the January transfer window after he's assessed all what is needed. So yeah, there we go. I'm pretty happy with the press conference. Could have bigged up Wolves a bit more. He was more about the Premier League and his dreams at the beginning. But as I said, we'll let that one slide. And there we go. Please like the video. if you can, please subscribe to the channel and tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Busy week being a Wolves fan and making videos, but let's bring on Leicester. Cheers, everyone.